Hey guys, welcome back. We're live again. This hour is going to be a North America versus European show match. Joining me to cast is going to be Bloodsire and Salamancer. Say hello.
Hello.
Good work. That's what I like to hear. Big shout outs to everybody who's donated already. Really appreciate it. Looks like we've already got over $9,000 in donations, which is awesome.
Over 9,000. That's so
Over
funny.
9,000! Epic.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're too cool. it's an internet thing. Okay,
I get
anyways.
it. I get it.
If you guys are looking for more info on where to donate, what you're donating for, there is a vast amount of information at the bottom of the Twitch page. So just scroll down, click those links, click the donate button, mostly, and make sure to specify the correct info if you want to be entered in the raffles. We are going to need to contact you if you win via your email, so make sure you provide an email that we can reach you at. I really appreciate all the participation so far. I hope you guys are enjoying the action. I'll let Bloodsire and Sal take over and introduce the lineups and stuff for this cast.
All right, we'll do. And Bloodsire is going to be a fun cast because this is kind of not a rematch necessarily, but it's definitely, you know, get out your American flags if you were American, and if you're European, I guess get out a baguette or something, because you're going to be cheering on the home team here, ladies and gentlemen. And these are actually like the best players from each of the respective continents, or at least some of them. So you're going to be watching some really advanced level of play here from everybody. All their positioning, all of their movement, all of their shots are going to be outstanding. Bloodsire, you know more about that than I do because you've played at this level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. Thank you for saying that. I used to play at that level. I like to think I still play at that level. But yeah, absolutely, this is the top level of play from both sides of the pond. And the intermission, I was going around my neighborhood putting Go USA stakes in all the ones. So yes, Go USA. Definitely get your banners out. You want to root for the whatever, you know, your home team. But yeah, this is going to be a high level, I guess, match here, right? Show match, and I don't know. It's probably the first time I'm going to see these guys really square up against each other, other than, you know, like a major event like an I-46 type thing. So I'm really excited about it.
Dude, I am too, and we should go down these rosters real quick because we want to introduce how each player is like, you know, one of the best in the biz. We've got Lansky, of course, a very solid, very young soldier. Like people make fun of him almost for looking really young, but he looks like a young kid, and yet he is just an outstanding soldier. He's going to be playing on Pocket, I believe, which means he'll be trying to keep the medic safe. The medic is Shade. They've played together for one season. Shade is probably like, everybody says he's on the top of his game as a med, Bloodsire. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. When it comes to medicing, you would definitely put Shade at the top. In terms of surfing, he's sort of, you know, he's the one you would tie into the whole best surfer. You try to shoot a rocket at him, he's flying a mile away. So Shade, great medic.
We've got, of course, the tag. We saw him play the roaming soldier in the 6v9 as well, which was awesome, and I'm sure you enjoyed playing with him because he went spy all the time. It was hilarious. And he's a really good soldier as well. You'll see him get behind the enemy team all the time. You got Shrugger, SHRG, or I love it. Shrugger is, of course, he's considered one of the best online players, at the very least for Scout. You can't hit him. And then you've got You're the Scout as, is that Dummy? Tufu? Who is that?
It's Clockwork.
Okay. So Clockwork playing with his old team, not with his new team. And then you're going to have, finally, possibly the best demo man in the world, if I'm not mistaken, Benny, on the demo for our American team.
And, I mean, Benny is a player who needs no introduction, but obviously maybe not just the best demo, but best player maybe that NA has. Definitely a good player. Probably shouldn't talk too much about HRG because I am their backup, so I could seem a little biased. But they're good.
No, man, that gives us a lot of good info. Now the game is starting. We haven't gone over the European roster yet, so we of course want to be watching one of the demos. I'm going to be watching Brago. I think that's going to be his real name, but it's going to be mainly the Crack Clan roster as one of the European teams. Very good team. Not maybe the best in Europe. The best is Epsilon, but I guess they weren't available. They're too cool for school today. So we're watching the mid fight right now. As these two teams get out here on this 5CP map. Question is, Bloodsire, who's going to win it? Who's going to take it all?
Who's going to take it? Well, I would say right now that the Euros are going to take it by the showing of that middle. They get a whole quick lot of kills, 4 kills. Only Shade and Lansky off the live. That's a combo for Reddick. They maintain the Uber, Sal, but they are at a serious disadvantage here.
Yeah, no, the red team here, the North American team is back against the wall, but maybe, maybe just like in the Rocky movies, that's exactly where they need to be, get the motivation, we'll watch a training montage in a second here. I gotta go down the roster real quick for Crack Clan, although there is gonna be non-stop action between these teams. You see just how quickly they get from one point to the next, and they're putting pressure on each other, but we do have to go over those rosters. Brago on the demo for Crack Clan. Their two soldiers are gonna be Ips and Mike, and I think Mike, does he play Roamer? I don't know. One of the two of them will be protecting the medic. The other one will be, and they're both really amazing soldiers, especially Mike, best soldier in Europe. And then Tweak and Bash on the scouts, and Tweak watch for Tweak to go sniper, because he's an outlandishly good sniper.
He is an incredible sniper, and we do have Mike running the gunboats as the Uber comes in. So I would say Mike is the roamer. The blue Uber is popped, and there goes the red Uber too. No kills exchanged as of yet, Sal. And actually, it looks like blue's electing to get out. It looks like they were just trying to pop that Uber from red.
Yeah, it's an interesting rotational play, and now you've got a soldier jumping in. That was Ips trying to jump in and finish off the med, maybe. Crack Clan losing, Ips, of course, losing Bash now as well. Banny's down, so you do see Crack Clan, they, the European team, I guess, they want to get in here and do the damage, but they're losing so many players. Admirable's going to have to retreat from Clockwork, but you can't retreat from Clockwork. He's going to get him down.
Yeah, you cannot retreat from Clockwork. I like that. Put that on a t-shirt and market it, because you can't. But I really like that strat, possibly a Euro strat, where you come in, you pop the Uber, you don't lose any bodies, you just take away the Uber from the defending team, and then you push back in and see what you can do. But HRG right there showing why they are the best NA has to offer.
Yes, sir, and oh my gosh, yeah, they were undefeated, HRG, in the regular season in North America. So this is why we say they're the best. It's because nobody beat them. It's hard to argue with the facts. There's a lot of facts right now. We've got, sounds like there was a sniper, but Bash got eaten up by a rocket from Lansky, and suddenly the American team looking pretty solid here. They've got an Uber. Admirable does not. Now, where is Admirable holding is the question, and I think he's holding pretty far back. Yeah, he's in the lobby already. He is not going to let himself die to this. Although Mike jumping out, popping the Uber early, so he's going to prevent that from getting into the last point. HRG, the North American team, actually losing 2 players so far. The Uber just fading away here, and a soldier jumping in, going for the med kill. Not going to get it. Tag is down.
Yeah, nice job from Tag trying to get in there, but we do have the red scouts and the medic right now putting a whole lot of pressure onto the blue scout and blue medic combo. They're going to get cleaned up, though. They do get a kill on the scouts, but the medic Admiral stays alive, and he's at 95. So Tic, whose Uber is going to 100% Sal, and they're going to have the advantage to push out of here. And I don't think HRG have the bodies to defend. They're going to have to back it up into choke.
Yeah, now Brago is out by himself right now, playing that kind of roaming demo man role for a little bit anyway. He will reconnect with his meds soon, wants some ammo maybe, but he is watching. Interesting play here. He's watching for the enemies to come in for like the bat cap. Now the Uber is popped, and we're going to see our European team bringing things right back. They cap a second point. They are not in danger of losing the round anymore, and they look like they still want to be a little aggressive here. Oh, Shade gets caught out. Mike finds him, gets the kill. That's going to be huge because Shade had a big Uber advantage there, but now the European team is on a rampage.
Huge play. HRG was all set up to leapfrog that Uber. They had 85% just about. It was going to be their middle to defend any second, and we had a huge play come in. Shade goes down, and now the Uber advantage in the Euros' favor. They are at 55%, going to be 60%, so a nice big advantage for them. HRG really going to be on the back of their heels here if they try to defend this second point.
Yeah, I hope you Euros have your baguettes out and you're waving them patriotically because things are looking pretty good right now. Banny down to Bash, and that's a huge pick. You're going to see the Europeans really want to push on this because they know how good Banny is. If they get that... I was going to say, yeah, if they get that kill, it's really good for them. But Clockwork takes down the med, and all of a sudden things are turning right back around for America.
Yeah, Clockwork just had a triple kill going very big, and Clockwork showing how strong he can be. It's very scary when you put Clockwork and Banny on the same team. And now they're capping middle. They do have some scout and soldier presence trying to delay them a little bit, but it's not going to work. Shruggy's going to kill Bash, and we have Clockwork somewhere in the backfield taking down Mike, and we do have a sniper for the blue team. That's Tiv. So
that's Tweak. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's pronounced like Tweak, except with a V instead of a W.
I should know that, but
yeah, you should, man. You're a pastor. What are you doing? No, Bloodsire, I love you. I respect you. But Tweak, yeah, he's on the sniper, and we said he was really amazing. This may not be the best map for sniper, though.
Crits, actually. So, for blue team.
Well, Brago will protect Tvik there with a nice sticky trap onto Clockwork. So Clock thought he had an easy shot on the sniper. Didn't quite manage to get that. But yeah, you said we had crits. That was the European crits? So yes, it is. They are ready to go right now. We're going to have to watch the camera of Brago because he's going to take this crit streak and he's going to try to take down the enemy med. He sees him. Oh, not quite able to hit that first shot. He can't connect any of these Chris Tickies, misses that one entirely. And TotH does get a couple of fadeaway kills here, though, and that means that the Euros still have an advantage. So even though, TotH.
A nice AA shot onto Clockwork. Clockwork goes down. That crits didn't do anything, but it was more of a distraction than anything else, as everyone else died to non-crits, and only 2 left alive. Brago with the double kill onto the Banny Shade combo. So
did you see where that was, though?
What happened? The forward spawn?
No, yeah, he was on the second point. Like, he knew exactly where and when they were going to respawn. So he set that up. He was spawn camping the enemy team. That is a beautiful move.
Yeah, and just now you can see his team is rolling. They're about to have Dillick at Tweak going again onto Clockwork. That's why he's an AA, ladies and gentlemen. He goes huge, takes down Clockwork, and now not looking good for HRG here.
No, we've got a Pyro out for the North American team right now, and he's actually going to remove most of his crits. He manages to air blast one of those stickies away, and that is the job of the Pyro, just because he knows his team isn't going to have an Uber in time. He's there to basically control space and turtle up hardcore, and it looks like it worked. We all thought that the Europeans were just going to conquer that and win the round, and somehow the Americans, back to the wall once again, they still managed to hold it off.
Maybe a bit overzealous in the European part. Obviously, we all thought they were going to take that round. They had the Uber advantage, they had the player advantage, and they were pushing into last. They had point, they had people on the cap, but didn't go. That Pyro did a whole lot of work, and the rest of HRG just cleaned up. We do see HRG, they do cap the point, and Clockwork's going to take down Bash with a domination kill, actually. Soldier for the Europeans flying high in the air, gets a rocket onto Shade, puts him down to the 38. Whole lots of kills going on right now. Sal Shrugger takes down Brago, Banny takes down Tweak. So now the favor is the advantage is in HRG's favor.
Yeah, the Americans once again going to be moving forward. We get out your land of the free, home of the brave, whatever songs you feel like singing in your head right now, because that's what's happening. We've got America dominating at the moment, getting onto the second point very easily. This time around, it is Shrugger's turn to spawn camp his opponents. Admirable, the medic is down for the Euros, and this is a really good situation for the Americans. They should be able to push this in and win the round.
Yeah, and take a look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0 still right now. This is the back and forth kind of game we were talking about when you get the top level play from the Invite and the Americans, the European and the Americans when they face off against each other. Brago's going to take down Shrugger, who's trying to get clever on the point right now. And Epsilon, Tweak's going to take down Clockwork, so no scouts for the red team right now, but red doesn't care. They're bombing it anyway. Taggeron's going to come in, take down Admirable, Sal. But it looks like HRG is not going to push any further after that.
No, and I wouldn't, because here's the thing. They know they've got a huge Uber advantage, and they even took down Admirable. So it's even huger. All they have to do is stay back, make sure their opponents don't cap the second point until they've got their Uber ready to go. They'll wait for Tag to respawn. They'll have a full 6, and then they will push in. Although, actually, they're getting really pressured out of the second point right now. So, never mind. That's going to be Clockwork and Shrugger, the Wonder Duo, taking down half, 3/4 now of the enemy team, and suddenly this is definitely America's round.
Yeah, the good old reverse pick. You lose Banny, so the rest of the team thinks you can come out, and then you just have your scouts clean up and kill everybody. We do see the scout Uber come in. They are all red and shiny. Lansky's going to take down Brago. Clockwork Bash. There's ×3 on the point right now, and the first round goes for America.
Yeah, although Admirable did come out with some really nice Ubersaw hits, very nearly killing Shade, which would have been hilarious, but it was not enough to save the round. Yes, America is definitely on top right now. Our economy is doing better as well, so feeling pretty happy about that. Hey,
quick announcement between rounds here. Looks like a really awesome match, but I should announce the donor spots for the 6v9 game tomorrow are full, so thanks to everyone who donated. You can play in other viewer activities, but the donor spots are full, so I'll let you guys finish casting.
All right, well, thanks so much. Of course, that does mean that we've got a pretty awesome time coming up to tomorrow, another 6v9 pros versus viewers event like the one we just casted a couple hours ago. But at this point, it's going to be another mid-fight. This time around, America winning it pretty big. You got Clockwork trying to go for that last kill, but no, Mike will take him down. Banny and Short are the only ones left, and suddenly, I don't know who's winning this. Looks like Mike does finally get taken out. Banny lays the stickies down, but Bloodsire, that was kind of a brutal mid-fight there.
Yeah, a lot of teams lost a lot of players. Like you said, Mike was the last one left alive for the Euros. Tried to get something going, but in the end, he was just flanked by a scout and Banny Stickies, and that's never good. As we can see, though, look at this. The Euros going strong, trying to come right back in onto middle. They had the earlier spawns because they died earlier, so they're getting very aggressive. Tweak's going to take down Banny. Shrugger kills Ips, and Clockwork takes down Tweak. So we have 2 down for the blue team, 1 down for the red team, and the red team has forward spawn style, so it looks like blue
and the red team has a crits. Shade running the crits too. Bloodsire is going to be pretty crazy.
Absolutely, we do see right now that HRG and that Shade crits are pushing up. Shade is at 85%, so the crits are going to be playing a factor here any second. Shrugger's going to take down Brago right now, 1 down. Sugar was trying to get onto that medic, but Admirable escaped it. And here come the crits from the red team. It is popped. We have a Clockwork killing Ips. It's a scout crit. You never see that, but I love seeing it. Lancey's going to take down Bash. In the meantime, HRG is capping the point behind.
In fact, I think I may have seen that scout crits like once or twice, and it was back when Clockwork was still on Shade's team. I think those two really enjoyed playing with each other. So I'm definitely getting my door knocked on. Take it over.
Right, so we have the blue Uber finally popped. It did go. Admirable was able to get it just in time, so that's going to allow them to defend the point a little bit here. Tweak is going to kill a guy. That is Clockwork, so scout on scout action. Clockwork goes down. Mike's going to go down to Alansky. And right now we have the teams resetting. We should keep in mind here that Shade is on that crits. He has not died, so his crits are going to be up any second. And you know the Euros know that. They're going to have to try to defend against this crits. Looks like they're trying to get in behind him a little bit. Sugar's going to kill Bash, though. And here come the crits, 100%. Lansky's bombing in and trying to open up for his team. And here come the stickies from Banny. No kills as of yet. There we go. Brago goes down. Lansky kills Admirable, so no medic for the blue team. Sugar dies. But look at all these kills. It's a white. Red team, HRG, they get the second round. And now it looks like NA's feeling good about themselves. But the Euros playing very, very strong. That crits for HRG and their team. Very, very good. I hope Sal comes back soon because I don't want to do the dreaded solo cast, but that's okay right now. I'm going to take a look at Banny, who's at 67 HP, bombing into middle right now. Looks like he gets there just about the same time as Brago. And red team looks like they have the position on the point. They went to their choke. Meanwhile, we have blue team. They went lower. The first kill is going to go to Tweak. He kills Shrugger. Banny's going to take down Mike, though, so the teams are even. There's another kill for the Euros, and look at all these kills being exchanged. Right now, we have HRG, a little bit of a disadvantage. They were down 4, only 3 down for the Euros right now, and the Euros have both scouts up, and look at this white going on. HRG just dies. Shrugger's going to spawn, but it's not going to matter. And we have the Europeans capping the third middle. So did they lose their medic? Yes, everybody lost their medic in that. But we are going to have a ×4 on the point with the Euros. Looks like they're going to sneak that point even though they don't have a medic. Ubers are going to be the same then. And Brago's actually going to get a kill on Clockwork. So Clockwork probably getting a little bit over-aggressive there. Feeling good about himself. Decided to try to get out there, get a kill, but Brago's going to kill him. So nice job from him. And let's see what the Ubers are on. Is both teams on Uber? It looks like they are, yes, both teams. Oh, no, we have a crit screen from Admirable, actually. So I don't know if it's been spotted yet. Banny's going to kill Tweak. Hopefully he comes back as a sniper, because I would love to see some sniper action. But I might not get to see it, as we are going to have that crits from the Europeans coming in. Maybe the Europeans taking a play out of the NA book, seeing how well it works for them on Lest. So we can expect that crits any second now. It is at 97%. We do have, who is that? That is Clockwork trying to build that Uber for HRG and the North Americans as fast as he can. It is up. Here comes the crits right now. Shade does have his Uber. It's going to kill Clockwork, but that's okay. Shade pops it just in time to save the rest of his team. Not that bad, but look at this ×2 on the point. The crits was a distraction. We have a scout coming in from River. That's Bash. He is at 46 HP. He's very, very hurt. Nobody's cleaned him up as of yet. But a lot of time on the point. That's going to keep HRG and the Americans back. They have to defend that point. They can't really push out when your cap is, especially on this map, when your cap is so close to being 1. You got to stay back. You can't you can't go out there and not allow the guy to come in and back out on you. Anyway, the Ubers are just about the same. We have Admirable. He's going to go down, actually, so excuse me. The Ubers are not the same, as we have an awesome play from HRG as they come out and they kill 3 guys, Admirable being one of them. So HRG up 6, 3 down right now for the blue team. HRG is going to storm right into middle and cap that point. We do have a sniper. That's sniper. That's Tweak. He's going to see if he can do anything. Can he? I'm clicking, trying to get to him. He is hiding in the bushes. So I really like that. That's an awesome play. Nobody knows he's there. Tag is walking right by them. And look at this shot from Tweak onto Banny. Tag around walking around like a headless chicken. Didn't even know he was there. And as a result, Banny goes down to an awesome headshot. What a play. I'd like to see that on a highlight reel. That was hilarious. And we do see right now that the Uber advantage is back in the Euros' favor. They are at 40%. Shade has just blown up. Is yet to hook up with anybody. He's sitting at their choke. Spamming needles, actually. Is still at 0%. 60% meanwhile for Admirable and the Euros. Bash is going to take down Clockwork. We have a lot of NA aggression coming in, trying to get that Uber advantage away from the Euros, but it's not going to work. They lose 3. Clockwork, Shrugger, Tagaron, all down. Now the Euros are well-footed to come out here into middle. They're clearing their way. They're just making sure they keep their Uber advantage. Nothing tricky gets them, as they are going to cap this point. They do have that Uber. Are they going to go in while they leave scouts the cap? It looks like they are going to do that right now. Banny's going to get an early kill on the Ips, but the Euros are still coming. Here comes the blue pop. Now they got to get onto the medic, make sure Shade does not get his Uber up and does not kite it in time. This is what we were talking about, though. Shade kiting away, surfing away. Is he going to make it inside? 29 HP. He grabs the health. He's okay. So the Uber advantage back in the Americans' favor. Shade, that awesome dodging and surfing. Is able to just get around. I think he surfed the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. Surfed the pipe out of there. And he's back on middle at 80%. In the meantime, 4 went down for the Euros. Sal, where are you? My voice. But anyway, 4 went down for the Euros. So we have 5 right now up for, well, now we have spawners. So 5 up for the Euros, 6 up for the Euros. We do have Tweak spawning on Sniper. I'm taking a look at him because every time he goes Sniper, he gets a headshot. He's sitting in the upper right now. He's going to try to move a little bit, try to guard that health pack and the gate. Maybe he sees a soldier on bats right now, gets a shot, misses him. He's going to have to back up a little bit. Sees Banny, but Banny's there with a sticky to greet him. So he goes down. And a wipe for the Euros. They have this cap on the second and the cap on last. So not a good round for the Euros. They did well. But unfortunately, Shade there was able to kite that Uber, get his Uber up, and the rest was history, as they say. Now let's see who I'll take a look at. You know what? I'm not going to take a look at anybody on this middle. I'm just going to do a flyby overhead and see which demo arrives to middle first. Because right now it looks like, yeah, it looks like Banny, they both went lower. Both demos went lower. Banny got there a second earlier. Both teams going the lower route. And red team immediately, that's the Americans taking over the blue choke. Meanwhile, the blue team, they flipped it. They took over the red choke. And now they have red persons on the point, and their scouts are doing work. 3 frags go early for them. Shrugger's going to get a double kill onto Bash and Ips. So Shrugger keeping it a little bit in the North American favor right now. But they are certainly down 3, and it evens out as no, it doesn't even out as Brago gets a double kill, and Tweak's gonna clean up Shade. So wow.
What, man? I leave for like 5 minutes to talk to a Comcast guy and tell him, no, you can't turn off my internet right now, and all of a sudden it's 3-0. What happened?
Yeah, well, we had a nice Uber push coming in from the Europeans. Shade, like we were talking about in the pregame, was able just to kite an Uber. He surfed the pipe all the way, got inside, saved his Uber, and then they just rolled him. The Americans did. They rolled the Euros back to their last and capped second and last at the same time. So now we're sitting 3-0.
Well, that's looking pretty solid then, Bloodsire. Question is, can the Euros bring it back in this high ping environment? It's tough to play on this kind of ping. It really is. But, so question, they've got the Uber right now. Admirable does not want to pop that yet. They've got a big advantage, so they are going to push in. Can they actually make it work this time?
Not when Banny gets a double kill at the game. Mike and Tweak go down, so you're already starting. I mean, you have an Uber advantage, but it's not an advantage anymore. You're down 2 players, and if you don't push, you're going to give the other team Uber. So you see Bash trying to get in, trying to take away Shade, try to kill him, maybe get something going. But now you're just down 3. The Euros, you're down 3. You do have that Uber, but you don't want to get caught out popping when it's a bad Uber. So it looks like they're gonna have to back it up now. So.
Yeah, we do have a spy. Tweak is on spy. Good catch by our cameraman telling us that. So, he takes some damage, but I don't think anybody is going to realize
Banny
that he...
knows.
Oh, no, yeah, Banny does know. That's interesting. He's not going to be very useful then, is he?
No, and he's at 31 HP, and he's, well, maybe they forgot about him. Right now, he's behind, he sees the demo. Banny's got his back exposed. Once he misses the first, but he gets him onto Banny, and now he's getting the Ambassador, trying to get that medic. And now that opens up the gate for the rest of his team to come in here. They have maintained second, and there's a whole lot of cap time on last cell.
Yeah, Lansky's going to stop this cap. Although, nice little hit with the mining pick there, that escape plan. And look at this, it's only Clockwork with alive, so actually the Euros will get a point.
Well, it was a nice job from them. It was a good job from the spy there. Tweak, as Smacka pointed out. I guess I was saying Tweak. I don't know. It's a hard name to say, okay, Smacka? But,
True.
Yes, Tweak doing well on spy. Was able to get that demo and then opened up the gate for the rest of his team. So why don't you take this middle since I talked for the last 5 minutes?
I shall. Let your voice recuperate here, as Clockwork was one of the first to actually get to that mid. Did have to back up, eating a couple sticky bombs. Bash is in behind. He takes down Shade with 2 shots. Too easy. Now he's on Banny as well, and he's going to pistol Banny down. Didn't want to have to reload there, so just whips out that pistol, which is a nice quick way to deal a little bit of damage. Tag and Shrugger, the only ones left. Shrugger going to get a kill on Bash, and he looks like he may want to get in and do some more damage, but he's actually staying pretty far back. He's just going to try and keep the dodging going. No, in fact, he's in on a med right now. Admirable pulling up the needles. Can he stop Shrugger from getting this kill? Maybe. Oh my god, Shrugger bringing Admirable down to 8 health.
Yeah, Shrugger trying to get in there. had no more ammo. He wasted all his scattergun ammo. He wasted all his pistol ammo. Admiral had those needles out. Then he got the health pack, so Admiral doing a good job of staying alive there. Banny's going to kill Mike, and we have the red team HRG. They want to come back in. You can see Banny, Scout, Demo, Soldier. They're all trying to pressure lower right here. Maybe they're thinking twice about this, though, as we do see blue team messing up. And yeah,
Banny launches a pipe straight into the space where he knows Ips is going to land. That was a nice shot there on that Soldier, but it does look like Lansky and Clockwork both down now.
Yeah, the forward hold from HRG was able to allow Shade to back up with his, well, the forward holder was made Admiral pop his Uber, and then that allowed Shade to back up. But it's not going to matter in the end, as Bash is going to get a double kill on both Shade and Banny, and Mike's going to take down Tagaron. Only Clockwork left alive, but surely you can never just say only Clockwork. That is a big thing to contend with.
He's eating a little bit of damage here, but yes, Clockwork is the big thing on his team right now. It looks like Banny's going to be respawning there in about 1 second, so the defense will be up. There's going to be a bit of an Uber disadvantage, and you see that Pyro out once again.
Yep, and like you said, the Uber is at a big disadvantage. Admirable is at around 75%. Shade is at 35%. Nobody's building right now. There we go. Maybe he's got a scout to build him. Maybe they think the Uber is a little bit more offset than it is, because they're just dishing out buffs right now. And we are going to have that push from the Euros and company. Do they know that there's a Pyro? Have they seen the Pyro yet?
You know, I wouldn't put it past them. I think they probably realize this. They're trying to take space right now. There goes the Uber. Shade's at 75, so watch that. If they can't take down Shade quickly enough, he might actually get this Uber in time. Bash down, but so is Tag. The Uber's rotating out already, and nobody's done any damage to the red med yet. So, oh, America! Mike trying to get in on top of the red med, and it just didn't work. Shade's still alive.
Shade got popped up in the Soldier. The Soldier was already popped up, and they sort of kissed each other mid-air, and Shade stayed alive, and the Soldier died. And now Shade has his Uber. Just a very unfortunate way of the splash there, as Shade was able to stay alive. Now he's got the Uber. He's pushing with Lansky at choke, trying to catch this Demo and Medic. Meanwhile, we have the Scouts for HRG capping, and here comes Clockwork along with the Uber. They're going to try to get on this blue combo very quickly and take down this Medic before he can leapfrog this Uber. There's the Scout. He's in on the Medic. Can he do anything? Shade's out with the Uber, so actually gets a saw, but he goes down to Mike Sal. And chaotic.
The saw from Admirable.
And the headshot from Tweak.
Yeah, Tweak going crazy right now. He's taking down Lansky as well with a nice body shot. He saw what was going on there. So Tweak's too good, and America has lost all of their players. That could have been a good turnaround map, or a turnaround round for the American team, but no sir, HRG has burned their last chance there at taking mid.
Yeah, and NA lost all of their players. The Euros lost a player as Ips disconnected, but now he's back in the game. And Clockwork's going to take down Tweak. And we have blue team, the Euros. They have capped the red Spire. The American Spire has been capped, ladies and gentlemen.
The American Spire.
There should be an American flag out there just waving in the wind. But,
well, Mike and Tweak down again. And this defense from HRG, it seems like it's a really aggressive defense. They know exactly where their enemies are, and they're able to put a lot of pressure on the second point, which is not normal. But you do see the blue team going in. They realize, okay, our enemies are trying to get around behind us. Well, let's just go for the back cap, bring the Uber in right now. Shade at 85%. He's not really in a great position to defend this point, but it doesn't matter as Lansky is.
Oh, and Tweak sitting Clockwork down again with the headshot. Clockwork does not like being headshot, so it's probably getting a little frustrated right now. Mike's going to take down Tagger on the red. Uber is popped. 3 alive for the blue team. And right now we just have the rest of the HRG guys trying to clean up. We have a regularly powered stick kill onto Shrugger. The blue combo was not able to escape. Shade takes down Ips. And we did have Admirable die. So Tweak was alive. He was getting headshots, but not enough to save his medic. So.
No, I mean, and the thing is, Tweak, he's doing great on Sniper, but the rest of the team not always able to follow up on this. And as a Sniper, like, you've really got to be doing a ton of work, or else it's almost more useful to have that Scout out there all the time. Now, you said Clockwork doesn't like getting headshot. Nobody likes getting domed. Is Clockwork special in that regard?
I would say he's special in that regard.
How does he react?
Oh, with a whole lot of rage and angst.
Oh, it's a good time, man. It looks like the Euros still hold mid. They do have an Uber disadvantage, so you see they're holding kind of pretty far back here. Shade, he's ready to bring in the Scout Soldier Uber once again. I can't wait to see what happens here, as Admirable only has 40% right now. He's going to have to be very far back.
Yeah, and if you're the Euros right now, you want to be paying attention to where the American scouts are, because if they're not with the combo, you can kind of play a little bit more forward and try to get that pop before it comes in. You know, pop it and then get out. If the scouts were with the combo, you couldn't really do that because they would just Uber the scouts and catch your combo before they could back out. But it doesn't look like HRG knew they had the advantage that they had, as they just sat in their choke at their second, just sitting there. So I guess they lost the count somewhere, Sal.
Well, I wonder how much... No, there's still a lot of time left on the map, so I was thinking maybe they're just doing the Euro style park the bus, but no, that is not it. And it looks like the Uber from the Euros may be getting ready to come in here, but no, TotH been taken down, so if I were the Euros, I'd be like, nope, let's back up.
Yeah, it's probably a good strategy. I mean, he was sniper, so maybe he's going to spawn back scout now, and the team will have a better better chance of pushing with that double scout, double soldier. We do have the red combo though coming into middle.
I want to put one thing out. Bash is playing with the force of nature.
Yes, that is a good thing to point out.
What is he using this for? It looks like maybe just trying to do some space control. I don't even know. This is weird.
I did see, we do have Ips, by the way, on direct hit, too. So maybe the Euros not liking their ping disadvantage. It is a big disadvantage, by the way, when you
but look what they did with that. The direct hit got a kill. I mean, Mike got 2 kills. It's it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, maybe that's the counter to high ping is a very fast rocket launcher and a scouter gun that pushes people back. But we can see that the red team, HRC, is still wiped, and they're just hightailing the blue team onto the point. Red team do have some spawners right here. They are going to defend it a little bit, Sal. Mike is going to take down Lansky, and Bash is going to take down Banny. But look at all this time for the Euros, and this unlock ability. Maybe, you know what, Sal? Maybe they're just like, hey, we can use unlocks. Let's use it.
Yeah, I know. Like, the Euros is like kids in a candy store, you know, because normally in the seasons past, Europeans have not been allowed to use any unlock weapons at all. It's all default, except maybe for a couple medic items, like the Kritzkrieg. But they've only recently started allowing unlocks, and they're just like, oh my gosh, these are awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, and we see it worked out for them there. We do have the direct hit soldier trying to rocket jump onto the nipple on middle there. It's the top of the middle point. Shrugger's going to take down a player. That was Bash. Bash goes down, so the first frag for HRG. No frags other than that. And finally, we get another one. That's Mike going to take down Clockwork. Lansky takes down Mike because of it. Red team right now is trying to sit up on the blue choke, and the blue are also trying to sit on the blue choke, so that's creating a problem as people are killing each other left and right. Brago's going to kill Lansky. Banny's going to take down one. Banny gets another. He takes down TotH, and just the medic scout demo combo are going to have to hightail out of there if they want to keep their Uber, so...
Quick announcement, if I may interject, we just broke $10,000 in donations.
So,
big thanks to everyone who donated. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no matter who you're rooting for in this game, we love all of you, and we do hope that you continue to donate to this camp, which is an amazing charity for kids with cancer, I do believe, going to summer camp. Right now, Crack Clan and the Euros eating a lot of pressure here. Admirable's down, and Shade's going to have a nice Uber advantage.
yeah, and we did see Tagger disconnected. So that's unfortunate, but we did have a disconnect on the Euro side too. So a little bit of evening things out right now for the teams. We do see the down team HRG.
This is actually kind of nice. Crack Clan has dropped their roamer as well. They've just put him on spec until Tag gets back, playing 5v5. That's very respectable.
We should point out that the Americans did not do when the Europeans were down a player, when Ips was down. Nobody from HRG went spec, so the Euros are classy guys right now. As we get yes, actually, very, very mannerful. As we have a scout right now on the blue demo. That was Shrugger taking him down. TotH is gonna clean him up.
Well, we do. I think we're gonna have to have a sub for Tag, and that is gonna be Lang. He has joined the game, so maybe Tag's down for the count here. His internet might have died. Somebody may have come to personally assassinate him for being so good at Soldier. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a ominous notion that somebody came to assassinate him because of his TF2 skills, but I guess it's possible as we see Clockwork takes down TotH. Lang is in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Good old drill hat soldier Lang has entered the game as roamer. That's going to be fun to watch, and right now we have the Uber advantages are even, so it looks like a good old last point standoff right now.
Actually, you know what probably happened to Tag? I've seen him on his stream. Okay, have you watched his stream ever? Or like stream highlights? You know how every so often he'll step back from the computer and yell something, and then he'll come back to it and be like, "Guys, I just knocked my monitor off my desk." That's probably what happened.
That's a good bet. You might be right with that, as we do see the Euros have taken advantage of whatever woes HRG are facing, and Monolith's Tag included, and have capped the second point.
Well, it does look like tag. We'll get back in the game, so maybe he's fixed his monitor or whatever the case may be. Lang not going to have to sub for too much longer, but just for the tiny amount of time that Lang has been subbing, of course, America's losing. So Lang...
Shrugger. Shrugger's going to headshot Admirable, by the way, while we were going off about Lang.
Oh.
So Shrugger showing that he can snipe too a little bit and takes down Admirable. Huge pick from him as Shade now has 50% advantage on the Europeans.
Lang's got his sparkly rocket launcher out there, but it's not helping him right now. And the Euros are looking solid. They've got Admirable back up. Shade did die, so there's going to be a slight advantage for Europeans as far as the Uber goes. Ips trying to use that direct hit, but it's starting to not work as well for him, I think.
Of course, Lang has that crazy laggy internet, so I don't think he wasn't really doing much there, but lagging away when he was in the game. We do see Tag finally join up on the red team, so both teams are going to be at full strength here. And Ubers are about equal for both teams too, although we do have blue team. They are in control of middle, and they have that forward spawn right now. So I don't know if either team are going to get cute in any sort of way. They are running the cookie cutter lineups, so I guess it's going to come down to a spam battle.
That it is. Although right now, TotH is doing some pretty good damage to those scouts. Takes some of his own. And no, actually, he took way more than he gave at that flank, so he's having to retreat back to his med. This is starting to, it's getting to be a spam battle. They're both evenly matched on Ubers, evenly matched on players, so it's just who loses a player first here is basically who's going to die.
And of course, we are sitting 3-2 right now in HRG's favor, so the ball is in the Euros court. They do have to get something going here. HRG can sit back. They don't have to worry about pushing. So there we go. Mike gets the entry frag on Clockwork, so that's probably going to be it. Yeah, it looks like the Euros are going to try to go off that right now. We do have Tagarun hiding up top above the combo. He gets one rocket, puts another rocket into Admirable. He's able to pop him, and two frags in the backfield go. Vanny and Sugar get a kill each. Sugar's going to get a second, so only the combo who are Ubered left alive right now is out, and the red Ubers coming into middle.
And that was we said that Shade one of the best medics in the world, and I want to point out I was watching him that entire time. Not only was he just beautifully positioned on top of that rock when the enemies came in, but he managed to get around behind the enemy combo during the Uber fight, stole their own health kit from them, and blocked them from retreating while he was Ubered. So there's nothing Shade cannot do.
And Feek's gonna spawn up Sniper, kill Lansky. In the meantime, funny you mentioned that rock because we had joked about it once in a scrim, and I think Benny said, I think the last time you go rock, you got picked by Relic, and Shade's like, yeah, I think so. And then a soldier bombed in and immediately almost killed Shade when he was on the rock, and Shade was like, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that again. But it worked out for him there.
Okay, so maybe it's not the best position to be in the world. I don't know, my TF2. I just know it was fun to watch. And Shade, he's still like really damaged. I think the enemy team knows this. The Euros are trying to put a little bit of damage on him, but he's pretty good position right now. Meanwhile, Bash still on that Force of Nature, which is hilarious. Has he gotten a kill with that yet?
Yeah, I mean, he probably has. I mean, it's been enough time. I haven't paid attention. But I mean, I'm casting, but I haven't really paid attention.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. We're not watching the kill feed like hawks here. We're just kind of shooting the breeze, having some fun. TF2's entertaining. Bash does get a nice, launch up there on Sugar, so he did a lot of damage. 1 health left, and he's got the jukes, man. This soldier could not kill him. Lansky finally had to reload a rocket there and hit him with a splash damage. HRG, the American team, though, they've got a big player advantage, so I think they can put this game pretty much in the bag here if they can push in right now, but they do lose Clockwork.
Yeah, and it looks like Shade and Vanny are disconnected right now. Shade's got those vamps out, takes a pipe, actually. You turn it around to make sure that the roller doesn't explode in his face. He's going to link up finally with Vanny, but Shade very hurt. It's going to stunt any hopes of HRG pushing in and trying to capitalize on this damage. Not going to stunt Sugar, though, as he tries to get in there. And there we go. There's the fan kill as Bash takes out Sugar.
And Sugar's probably, like, kicking himself right now. Who uses the Force of Nature? Why did I die to that?
Yeah, it's a hard weapon to use because if you try to, you try to jump as scouts, as Shrugger really likes to do. Shrugger's a jumpy scout. You try to jump with the fan and it doesn't work because you get shot backwards. So.
Yeah, that seems to be the strategy for Bash right now, and he's, maybe it's a little bit of a gimmicky weapon, but he's definitely using it seriously. Europeans losing some players now, though. Their demo man's down, which means there's not going to be any sticky bombs on that point. Somebody could start getting some cap time on it. Shade eating a little bit of damage here, but I wonder if he's going to try and pull another I-49. No, or I-46, I mean, where he actually hid underneath that little, what do you call it? You remember that? He was hiding. Yeah, he was hiding in that little sneaky area. The enemy team, and I think he was playing at Epsilon. They were playing against Epsilon. He hid under there, and Epsilon ran away from their point trying to cap second, and then he back-capped them, and they were all like, oh, wait a minute, there was a med.
No. Well, I mean, it was really good. Yeah, he didn't get that off, but it was a really good hold from the Euros there. Shade had Uber. They were Ubered on last. The Euros somehow they were able to kite that. They defend their last. They weren't able to push quite out into second, but they have offset or reset the Ubers to be the same. They do lose 2 guys in the process, but they take down 2 also. So we are 4-4 with equal Ubers. Let's see if they can get out here and take this cap.
So far, the Americans are really saying no to that. Shade is on the crits right now, and he is definitely going to be caught up with Admirable. Admirable, in fact, dying, almost getting fish killed, I think, there, whatever the heck it was that scout had out. No, Shade, no, why? Oh, he wanted to go for the Ubersaw hit, going for the glory there, but it was just not going to happen.
Clockwork is on a quad kill spree, and then he was dancing around on their last. He took down 4, including, I think, 2 scouts, a medic, and a soldier. And then he was dancing around trying to kill the other soldier and the other scout. Finally, it didn't go. He had no health. But just amazing play from Clockwork. Look at this point. He's at 83. It's pretty good. And he is playing in a New York server.
Tag almost got the back cap. Look at how close that was to getting captured. Meanwhile, Bash was taking down Sugar with a Force of Nature once again, so he's making it work, which is just insane. But no, it was Tag almost getting the cap, and I think Mike managed to just barely stop him.
That's something to point out too, that Clockwork's good, but he's also playing with 5 ping right now. He's in a New York server, that's pretty ridiculous to have a 5 ping Clockwork. We do see HRG sneak in and get the cap there.
Speaking of Clockwork, he's the one who got that capture. And ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a show match between North America and Europe. If you're just tuning in, this is some of the best players in the world, and they are playing for your entertainment because we basically want you guys to donate to the charity event that's going on, the one-step camp. So get your donations ready. If you want people to see you donate, then wait until after this is over, because there will be a nice little reel that goes on. You get your name shown on it for a little while as the recent donator. Says congratulations. So, you do that. But there's going to be a lot to donate to. And you can definitely put your name in raffles for items that are signed by famous players like Star. Everybody here knows Star. If you don't know Star, he's hilarious, so you need to figure that out real quick. Bloodside, you may as well take over this because I have not been paying any attention to what's going on the field.
Yeah, both teams came out, the big door lower. They reset on each other's side, and HRG just got the better of it. We see HRG Banny right now with 10 HP trying to kill a soldier. He's going to get saved by his soldier. Tagaron is going to come in and save his life. But HRG just had the better spam. Banny had a few frags. And now they are pushing in with 100% Uber onto the Eurospire. We had an American Spire, now we have a Eurospire.
Apparently, if we say sushi is God, some guy's going to donate $50. So I just said
sushi is God.
Right, there you go. We both said it. That's $100 right there.
There you go.
Crits coming in right now, and Ips taking a lot of damage from that, but he did manage to distract the crits for long enough. I don't think it's done any damage. Well, Admirable, though. 25 health left. He's got to be really careful about this one. May want to hit spawn. But it looks like Shade and Sugar are the only ones left alive, and Shade, can he get away from this? He's got the Blutzauger out. He's going to suck some blood, man.
Yes, the Vamp Needle's always a good choice. I love the Vamps myself. Sugar's going to take down Bash right now. We have the Blue Scout and Medic trying to get Q-Gun, trying to push out and try to retain this, or regain this point. And they are joined by a Demo Man who's got stickies, and those are good. He's going to be able to push out the rest of the red team out of the choke, out of the second point, and the Euros right now are at 100%. They have capped their second point, and they're all ready to push into the middle point zone.
Oh, Admirable gets that forced pop there. I think that was Tag jumping up and forcing the pop right now. Now, look at how much time is left. There's about 6.5 minutes left to go here. So Europe needs to cap 2 rounds quickly if they want to tie this up.
Yeah, and we do see that it's going to be hard to do with Shade is at 100% crits right now, and Banny has the heal beam on him right now, so here come the crits any second. First crit sticky going, does not kill anybody. Second crit sticky not killing anybody. Could be a useless crits as the crits actually go to Clockwork, and he takes down Tweak. Banny does get a kill, and Clockwork gets a second, so 3 down now for the Euros, who have not managed to cap that middle point. So big disadvantage for them, as the HRG dead players are going to have the spawn advantage over behind mid there. So they are in the position to come back into the second point and take it.
And Shade getting a little frisky there, trying to walk into the lobby for a second without the second point even being captured. Almost could have opened himself up to getting damaged. I don't know. He's okay, though. And the crits is ready once again, so we're going to have to watch Banny and see if he can get some crit stickies in there. Now, his opponents are going to know the crits is coming, though.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised we don't see a Pyro from the Euro team to reflect those stickies. But the crit stickies are popped from the shutter right now. It's a soldier crits, not working out as of yet. Actually, we have the Euros getting 2 frags right away. Clockwork's going to take down Mike, but it's okay, as a whole lot of frags went off for the blue team. We do have a soldier on the point. That's Tagaron trying to get it. He doesn't get it. Only Sugar left alive for the blue team. In the meanwhile, Admirable did not pop. He was not forced. So when his players spawn up, they're going to have the opportunity to push back into second and try to make this a
Now,
game.
Look where Shrugger is. He got spotted. He got spotted. He was going for a sneaky little play there, standing on that ledge, but somebody looked for him. That was TotH. Managed to stop that from happening.
Yeah, and TotH with a dominating kill on the Shrugger too, showing him who's boss. And now the blue team trying to show the HRG team who's boss as they're coming out with that Uber. Emerald will drop though, so they are unable to get their second. Unfortunately, HRG showing who's boss and dropping the Euromedic.
And now Tag's gonna go straight in for the cap here. I'm pretty sure he's walking in. He's just like, okay, well, nobody wants to stop me. Oh, darn it! A little bit too late. If he'd been faster, there, he might have gotten the back cap. But no, at this point, HRG, the American team, getting some good kills. There was an Uber saw kill there on Borrego, I believe, and suddenly we are seeing a very nice Uber advantage. It's gonna be a regular Uber for Shade. He's just walking in. He's like, okay, well, finish this one off.
Yeah, a little bit of salt on the wound there with the Uber saw for the red Uber. But look at these blue spawns, actually. Can they defend it? A lot of cap time for the red team. There are a bunch of guys in the water and nobody there to defend. Here comes a scout with HP. It was Bash trying to defend it. Did a nice job with that fan. If he had maybe more shots than 2, maybe if he had a regular scatter gun, he could have defended that longer. But HRG taking the... Are we only doing one map? They took the first map.
That's a good question.
It's best of 3.
Best of 3 maps, according to our cameraman here. So yep, they will be swapping servers here, and that means we're going to see a ping difference in favor of the Europeans this time, as our wonderful cameraman Truck is telling us.
I'm really glad they're doing that too, because it's really not fair for the Euros to play on, not just with bad ping, but to have to go against players with good ping. Like Clockwork with 5 ping is pretty ridiculous. When you have a scout, if you have 20, even 30 ping and like sub 30 ping, it's really easy to play TF2. And I can't imagine, I've never had 5 ping. 5 ping just sounds just too good, especially for Clockwork.
We're actually going to be staying on the same server, guys. So don't go anywhere.
So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another map coming up real soon. Somebody was asking a question, when is Stabby playing next? Let me see if I can find that.
So I guess my whole spiel about pings and how you really should change out doesn't really matter because we are staying on the same server.
No. We've got, let's see, when will Stabby be playing again? Because he might be playing in about 4 hours. The 9v9 pickup games, I imagine. That's probably when he's going to be playing. So if you show up in 4 hours and you want to see Stabby, but you know, you could always like tweet at him and he might tweet back. And he might actually be able to tell you better than I can.
Yeah, I think he signed up for the 9v9s. I don't know how rigid of a thing that is, but he signed up for it. So hopefully we see him at around the 7 o'clock hour for that 9v9. Of course, he'll be able to flourish on Spy in the 9v9 environment.
That's absolutely right. I don't know when Star's playing again, but I know he's going to be back for more later today. And then, of course, we've got all kinds of TF2 celebs playing, and there are plenty more viewer opportunities as well. It's gonna be a fun time. Do donate if you want to get in on some of those, viewer streamed opportunities, and also if you want to get in on some of the raffles. One of the raffles is going to end in 5 hours from now, and that's going to be the crate unboxing. That's I think maybe Dave AC coming in to unbox a bunch of crates. There will be basically one lucky winner gets, I think, the entire result of that crate unboxing. You can still sign. It has to do with what you donate and what you type in the comment field, I think, for the donation. I just donated. So, Bloodside, what about you?
I am actually filling out the thing to donate. So,
yes.
Yeah, I donated yesterday when we were doing the test stream to make sure everything was running okay. And I'm actually about to donate. I'm going to donate a meager $7. I'm going to put myself in the uncrating thing, the uncrating raffle, and also the unusual raffle. And
dude, wait a minute. Are we allowed to win? We've been casting.
I heard. Well, there's proof that we've donated, right? So
yeah,
it's a randomizer thing, or whatever. However we're doing it, so I think we can win. It doesn't matter if we don't win. It's for a good cause, right?
It absolutely is for a good cause. I'm very happy that this was all put together. This was, I think, Sean Budd originally had a dream of doing kind of a small charity event, and then all of a sudden it ballooned into this huge, 2-day streamathon that has been fantastic so far. One guy in the stream chat wanted me to shout this out, and I think I may as well, because we are watching a competitive event right now. There is a 6v6 newbie mix, is what it's called, happening tonight. I don't know what time, but you can certainly find it. Probably there's like a Reddit post or something, reddit.com/r/tf2, or somebody will link you to it. But but it's basically a Steam group where if you want to try out this 6v6 format, this like highly competitive stuff, but you're not, you may feel like you're not very good or you've never tried it before, the 6v6 Newbie Mix is for you. It's exactly where you should go to learn the format. You'll get, very pleasant and friendly coaches to play with. It kind of randomizes the teams, and there's so many people playing at any given time that you can definitely join in and have a good time tonight. So 6v6 Newbie Mix if you are interested in playing some of this competitive style TF2.
Definitely, because we want to grow the competitive scene, obviously.
Bloodsire and I are both very heavily invested in that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
we shoutcast,
years, yeah.
You could be the next Clockwork. We could be talking about you that way. Like, oh my god, this guy is so good.
You know what? I thought you were talking to me for a second. Like, I could be the next Clockwork, and I got really excited. I was like, oh,
no,
really? You think
no,
so?
You
and then I
can't
realized, you were not saying that, and then I got really sad.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to power through it, bud, because we were about to shoutcast Granary.
Oh, yes, I dread Granary, but it's actually, I think it's a fun casting map, now that I remember.
It actually is. It's a fantastic casting map. And both these teams, of course, have practiced on it like crazy. This is one of the most played maps in competitive TF2. People are linking the Steam group right now in Steam or Stream Chat if you're worried about that 6v6 Newbie Mix. So they are linking that. You can join up. It's definitely a North American thing, by the way. I forgot to mention that, but there is a version of that for the Europeans as well. You don't want to be playing on like 100 ping like these guys are, so definitely try to find your continental version of the 6v6 Newbie stuff. But I recommend joining in. Anyway, enough about that, because we were about to start a game, and Bloodsire, I always used to get made fun of for calling it granary instead of granary. But I maintain that a granary is where you store grain, and a granary is where you store grandma.
I'm with you on that. I always called it granary too, and I think Smacka, the vocab police himself, used to make fun of me for calling it granary, as he makes fun of me for calling many things what they aren't, like tweak as tweak and etc. So no, I would say it's granary, right? You store grains in a granary. They have big things with grains. That's
right. But I am going to have to disagree with you on etc. I can't abide by that one.
Etc.
There you go.
I'm from Brooklyn, all right?
We can tell.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I'm from Texas. Can you tell that?
No.
There you go.
You are very good at your non-regional diction.
Well, that's the thing, though, is in Houston, especially, any of the metropolitan areas in Texas, there isn't a drawl. Like, you just don't learn anything regarding that sort of culture, except maybe the word y'all. And that's a useful word. Come on. Like, you is singular, y'all is plural. How hard is that? Okay, yeah, it may be about time to start this game up here on CP Granary.
There you go.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
As we're done talking about grammar, I think, for quite a while. Hopefully for the rest of the cast. Everybody probably find that pretty boring.
If everyone's lucky, yes. The rest
Yeah.
of the cast will not feature any more grammar lessons.
But yeah, here we go, guys. It is time to start CP Granary on the same server, so the Euros are still at a ping disadvantage. And remember, if the Euros win this one, then we may have one more competitive map, NA versus EU. But the North American team is HRG, High Rollers Gaming, and I think they are all actually American. We say North America because sometimes they're, and we like to be nice to them, because they always say sorry to us. But no, I think these guys are all actually American, like actual American, not just North American.
So the red, white, and blue out for the red team right now. We do have the Americans on red, Europeans on the blue, and it looks like the Europeans once again getting the better of the first mid-fight. They are only going to lose Mike. And meanwhile, they kill everybody but Shade and Vanny, which is good for HRG. They kept their carry and their Uber alive. But now they have to make sure they can keep their second.
Well, yeah, sounds like a crit's coming in, but that is going to be countered easily by a full Uber charge. You know, crit, I always love to say this because it's one of my favorite phrases, but 3 times 0 damage is still going to be 0 damage. So crits definitely does not counteract a Uber. Nonetheless, the aftermath of that was really, really good for the Americans. Mike on the spy, though.
Yeah, I think the Mike's on spy. I think the crits. You don't expect a team to run crits on the first middle of the match, and as we get a. Is that a pan?
It's a pan. Why is Shade using the pan?
I don't know, because obviously you do not get Uber when you get a pan swing or a pan kill. So Shade Could have had more crits than he has, but he's got a pan kill instead, and I guess that's worth something too.
That's hilarious. Definitely hilarious. And Mike saying ow for that one. You have Lansky jumping in right now. It looks like he may want to take some of the crits himself. They're going upstairs, so yes, it may just very well be a soldier crits.
That is a good play, especially when you go upper like this. You can rain down the magical rockets from the mid pipe here. They still do not own second, and it doesn't look like they're gonna get second, as we have the red combo with crits stuck at the enemy last. The enemies are not there, and they need to go cap second. So they're faced with a demo. There is a sword coming out. The melees are coming out, ladies and gentlemen. The rune blade takes down Brago. Finally, the crits are popped. And
yeah, Clockwork enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
And there you go, the crit pistol coming out there as well. Shade pulling out the crossbow, meanwhile, does get a crossbow hit on that scout. He is probably going to die here. No! It's going to be Clockwork and Bandy coming in to finish things off, and all of the Euros are dead. That was a hilarious round. I think the Americans are almost kind of trolling the Euros at this point.
Yeah, when you see a scout take out a sword and kill a demo man, it's not exactly the tippy top of TF2 play right there. But fun to watch nonetheless, and hopefully the rest of this match is it's not like that, but I guess we'll see.
We will, and it might make it a very fast match if it is, but I think both these teams are having fun. It does get a little frustrating sometimes, and even in pubs, when one team is kind of raffle stomping the other one, it gets much more frustrating in competitive situations, because like you're playing to win and everybody's playing to win. You're not just playing to farm strangers here, folks, but with a little bit of national pride on the line, we'll see if the Euros can maybe pull things back around. TotH in a fight to the death with a scout right now. He's going to have to retreat from some of the rockets coming in at him, and the Euros definitely lost that mid-fight. Although TotH has found Shade doing a bunch of damage, and Shade does go down. Had the pan in his hand and just couldn't get the hits.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Mike was flying all around middle. He was left with 14 HP, but he took 2 down in the process. Now he's still alive with 54. Grabbed a little back. He's going to shoot a rocket into that scout. That is Clockwork. Clockwork looking for the health. He's down 57. There's a scout on him. That scout's got 9 HP. TotH. He's going to come out the victor of that one. Takes down the 5. Ping, Clockwork. And blue team, the Euros, are going to gain this middle point once again. To the point of frustration. Yeah, it's got to be frustration when you get enrolled, and it's got to be frustrating when you have such a high ping. But we saw right there, maybe not always a huge factor. TotH is going to take down the very better. I don't know what I'm saying here.
He's going to take down Clockwork, basically.
That's what I was going for.
Clockwork having a much better ping, of course. And HRG now, looks like they're trying to push something in here. Admirable does almost have a crits ready to go, though. And so you're going to see him try and catch up with, looks like, his demo man. That is going to be Brago. And they're pushing right now. They've spotted the enemies. Oh, my God. Huge kills. Banny and Lansky both down, but they weren't able to get Shade just yet. Shade has 100%. He's almost on the Uber right now. It is going to be 3 versus 3, and it looks like they want to push with this Uber. It's going to be a little bit weird, but I think as long as they can stop the enemies from backcapping, they should have this. Uber does get popped right now. They take down Mike and Ips. And it looks like there is going to be a backcap situation, so who's going to win this one?
Yeah, we do have the wrap play, and the time steal on the point is way too much for any sort of outcapping to go on middle, so we do have to send that scout back to the point. We have a scout 1v1 right now. It looks like here comes the rest of the HRG team to interrupt that 1v1 and make sure they do not have their second point stolen from them. But here comes the other blue scout, so now a little bit of a more of a fair fight, but the better health scouts for the red team were able to clean up both TotH and Bash in the end.
That's right, and I want to say lag probably wasn't even too much of a factor there, because everything is hit scan, so it's like if your computer says that your aiming reticle was over the enemy, then it counts as a hit. So basically that Scout v Scout battle, the Americans just showed some serious dominance there.
Yeah, now we can see they're continuing with that dominance on until the middle point. They are going to have their Uber. Ubers are not at a discernible advantage. Both teams are going to have the Uber up, so it's going to be a matter of getting into second before before the stickies kill you. Surely a red team does pop their Uber, the blue team reciprocates, so both teams are all shiny in their second point in the yard right now. Bandy's going to get a kill. That's Ips. Ips goes down, and blue team trying to collect themselves a little bit, trying to get some ground here. TotH's going to take down Lansky, so we do have one down for both teams, but look at these frags going off for HRG. Clockwork gets a double kill. Bash and Brago go down, and Clockwork continuing with his onslaught.
And I was watching Shrugger there. He came in from behind, did a little bit of damage, retreated, and I gotta tell you, in that situation, if I had so much as taken a single step towards the blue team, I guarantee you I would. So I don't know how Sugar does it, but he does it. It does look like a couple players for the Americans are down right now. They are up 1-0 at the moment. They could bring it to 2-0 if they can get the kills here. Looks like Tag putting some capture time on the point, but it may not be happening just yet.
I don't know if you saw it, Clockwork, when he got in really deep. He took out that sword again. Of course, the sword is a reskin for the Boston Basher, and he got a swing on the medic, and Admirable actually bled out while Clockwork was dead. So, so nice swing from him, but very frustrating.
Well, and we talked about this an hour or two ago, me and Admirable, but I had to rename my community Ubersaw to Admirable's Ubersaw because I lost an Ubersaw duel with him. So basically, I'm nice cap there by the Americans. I'm always happy when somebody does something embarrassing to Admirable because it's just a little bit of schadenfreude.
Yeah, a little bit of payback.
I'm gonna let you take this mid-fight, man. Do it.
Sure. I'm gonna, as usual, I'm gonna see which demo man arrives to middle first. We do see right now that HRG, they are up 2-0, and they are up also a map to none for the Euros right now, or over the Euros. Benny looks like he gets there first. He's going lower. He's on the health pack. So is Brago, but Brago is very hurt, and Shrugger's gonna know that he gets right on him. Kills Brago. Meanwhile, Epsilon Bash is gonna take down Banny, so no demos for either team right now. Bash with a second fan kill onto Shrugger. So Shrugger and Banny down immediately for the red team. There goes a third. Taggeron goes down, but Bash is gonna get killed also. There we go. Tweak's gonna take down Clockwork. Only Lansky and Shade left alive right now, and they are very hurt. Shade was quite hurt. He's gonna have to back it up. There's a scout, a hurt scout and a hurt soldier. They're bombing in onto that combo right now, and look at this pinch onto the red team. Awesome pinch from the Euros. Not capping the point and deciding to get right onto the HRG combo, which they knew were stunted trying to get back there.
That's right. It was that one scout who really managed to keep Shade and Lansky in that corner there so that they would die. I don't know which scout it was, maybe Tweak, but regardless, that scout play, the kind of boxing them out and cornering them, was exactly what caused Crack Clan to have this huge advantage right now. They've taken down Sugar, but they've actually lost 2 players in the middle of that Uber.
Yeah, it's not something you want to do when you are supposed to be invincible and shiny, and it's going to allow the Uber to be a little bit an advantage for the HRG team, and they are able to get out into second and defend yard. It looks like they are inching out there. They know that there's nobody around. And they're going to try to rehold this, get the Uber advantage, try to pick somebody at the door and go here. As we do see Brago taking a whole lot of damage. He's at 62 HP, and there he's at 18 HP. He's going to have to hook up with his medic, as a whole lot of Banny spam came in on him.
The spam on this map so powerful, by the way, because Granary, more than most maps, the choke points are numerous and very, very small.
Yep, and we do see Shrugger kill Bash in the backfield there, so that's going to allow HRG to open up the door there, as they did get the entry frag, and they have their Uber up, but they are going on the opposite side of the blue combo, so the blue combo is going to get their Uber, and they do. So if red team comes in, which I don't think they're going to do anymore, yeah, they were going to have to make sure that the Euros didn't wrap on them, and it was too dangerous to make sure that didn't happen, and they had to back up as a result. Mike's going to kill Taggeron, who was trying to be all fancy on the lights there, and now red team is going to have to back up as the shoe is on the other foot, as they say so.
The hat is on the other tip. Tip of the hat's charity, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, the HRG did definitely lose a player. Yes, they are backed up right now. They shouldn't lose their second point just yet. The Ubers are exchanged, and it looks like they both ended about the same time. Ips trying to take some ground here, be very aggressive. And Mike is wrapping around in the Z area, but he gets taken down by Shrugger, so not going to do a heck of a lot here. It looks like both teams losing players. I can't tell you who's going to win this one, but Brago's going unchecked at the moment. Banny's going to die. Now Crackland losing 2. It is like 2v2, 1v2 bad health, but he is going to get flanked by Shrugger, and that is that.
The flank, if you will, for the HRG team, Shrugger and Taggeron playing very well, staying out of the initial fight, and then coming in to clean it up. One thing about these fights, they're so close, Sal, that you have all these skills. It's not really deciding the other every time these guys clash with Uber or with their full force. They lose a bunch of players, and it's really hard to see who's going to win as the fight's going down. And it often comes to a play like that where you have just a better health scout on the fringe there who comes in and cleans people up. But we do see right now that Shrugger's going to go down. And as a result, we did not have any HRG aggression onto middle, and the Euros retain possession of it.
Yes, I'm kind of surprised by that, but it's the way the cookie bounces sometimes. Shade almost at full Uber here. He's got a bit of an advantage over Admirable, but I don't know. Do you think he realizes that? And actually, the Euros are pushing in. They've gotten the kill on Tag once again, so they look like they want to take more ground.
Yeah, and right now you have Uber advantage versus player advantage. And now you don't have player advantage, just Benny gets Bash. But that's always an interesting combo, or a little thing to look at to see which is better. A player, at such a high level, sometimes a player advantage is better than Uber advantage. But anyway, it's all even right now as the Ubers are popped for both teams and they are fighting in yard. Right now, the health is a little bit better for the Euros, although the positioning is better for the red team right now. But the Euros not giving up any ground here, and actually we have Ips trying to bomb in and get something going, but he's going to get cleaned up by Clockwork. In the meanwhile, we have a demo for the blue team. That is Brago. He takes a whole lot of damage. He's going to have to back it up into middle. And we have a scout 1v1 on the left side of middle. So.
Dude, I'm glad somebody in the stream chat noticed that I said cookie bounces instead of cookie crumbles, because like nobody ever notices that. I
noticed that.
Okay. Nobody calls me out on that. And so I'm always happy when they do, because I'm like, yes, good. They realized it.
I mean, I almost said the foot's on the other shoe, so I wasn't going to point it out and be critical.
Oh, man. We do have, of course, HRG Shade. He was on mid for some reason, but is backing up now. He may end up being behind this demo. What's going on here?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what's going on. We do see 3 down for HRG. Shade, we do have some spawners now. Shrugger times out, as Shrugger is often wont to do. And Shade's dead right now, so a big disadvantage for HRG as we have blue aggression from Mike trying to bomb in. He takes down Banny, so only 3 alive for the red team. Excuse me, there goes a kill. So, well, we have spawn for Shade too, so 3 alive once again, but not a lot of opportunities for the red team to do much here.
No, although, no, they've lost too many players. Lansky and Shade, the only ones left, and that's going to be a cap for Team MGE, aka Team Europe. MGE, actually, they're naming it that because I think Mike, in particular, is like an MGE master.
Yeah, and once again, we can see the honor of the Europeans. They are sitting one out while HRG deals with roster woes. So,
definitely
stand up, guys.
Definitely the honorable team right now. They've got all the respect in the world for their opponents. It's going to be Banny versus Brago here on the mid-fight. Not something you see every day, this kind of European versus NA show match, just because of the ping. It's tough to get things to work. But now the Euros, they could bring it back. And right now, Lansky and Tag both down. They very well may be able to do that.
Yeah, and Bash is still running fan, and he's doing quite well with it. That's the second double kill that I've at least noticed. I'm sure he's gotten more than that. He's definitely getting kills. There's a triple kill, actually. He takes down Banny with a quadruple kill, so the fan going strong.
Oh, Shade had the pan out, but it was not going to happen, man. Now it's 100% Uber advantage for the Euros. They're pushing on to the second point. This is going to be another round for Europe, and that's going to tie things up.
Yeah, we have the medic right now actually sitting on the second for the rest of his team. He got up there early, and he was being sneaky. He was not having his Uber gun out, so you didn't hear that he was there. Now he's there with the rest of his, well, he's there with a scout and a demo, and the rest of his team are going to be following him behind, and now they have 100% Uber and all the chance in the world to push into last year and make it a tie game, so.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they don't totally screw the pooch here, which looks like they have popped the Uber, they'll be fine. Going to try and keep their opponents mostly stuck in spawn. Lansky and Tag are both very hurt right now, and the health is pretty good for Europe, although they have lost one player. Haven't killed anyone yet, so suddenly things are looking... Oh, they were looking really good for America. They lost their med, though.
And Shrugger is back in the game. Of course, the red spawn, the defending spawn, is much closer than the European attacker spawn, so he was able to get back into the fight earlier than the European guy who sat, and that was Mike. But we do see that the Euros have maintained hold on this second point, and the Uber advantage is still in their favor, as Admirable did not die, and Shade did. So Shade's only at 2% right now, and it looks like the Euros want to slow push this. They do have a double pick right now, and that's exactly what they're doing. Sal?
Dude, watching Bash play with that force nature is hilarious. He's like launching people up into the air. He's just, yeah, no problem, this is fun. And that's Europe picking up another round. It's 2-2, tied up with one of the most hilarious scores you can possibly say. I always enjoy 2-2 scores.
It is. It's quite nice, isn't it? 2-2. It's Brooklyn accent. 2-2.
Love it. Love it. You bring all the class and character to this cast.
I am
simply along
nice
for the ride. I'm not allowed to say tree for 3. I'm too cosmopolitan. Right now, Mike getting there really fast to this mid. He's doing some good damage to his opposing demo man, Banny. Now getting jumped by 2 soldiers. Who's going to die first here? It looks like Clockwork was going to, but actually Tag takes that honor. First man to die at the mid-fight. Bash now going down as well. Both teams still in. They both want to fight for this.
Yeah, and you can see the frags are still being exchanged right now. Ips is going to take down Struggle, but Brago's going to kill Lansky. Clockwork's going to take down Tweak, and he's still jumping around in there. He's going to take down another. He kills Brago. He's on his soldier. Can he get a triple? No, he puts that soldier down very low, but he's going to die anyway. So the mid fight once again goes to the Euros, and it looks like the Euros are better at middle right now. The score are tied, but the middle fights definitely seem to be in favor of the European team.
Well, it looks like they've stopped taking advice from Greece and started taking advice from Germany on how to play TF2. No? Okay. All right, I'll stop. I read too many economics blogs. It is definitely going to be Crack Clan pushing forward here for Europe, trying to keep their honor on the line. And Tag appears to... Oh, no. I thought he was locked out, but no, actually he's just trying to go for an ambush. Didn't manage to make it happen, but Bash and Mike are both down, so somehow he and Clockwork managed to coordinate that pretty well. You see the Europeans backing up very frantically right now to mid.
Yeah, they do have that Uber advantage, but even though you have an Uber advantage, you want to make sure you don't get caught popping it and having a bad Uber, but you do want to make sure at least that you get it, and that is in question right now, as Admirable is the only one alive, not going to get it, as Lansky's on him. Can Lansky kill this soldier?
Oh my gosh, Admirable staying alive for so long. Clockwork finally got in and finished him off with that nice hit scan weapon. You do see somebody jump in, and it looked like they were trying to take down Shade, but it's not going to happen. That was Bash. Yeah, he popped Shade into the corner there. Nice kill by Mike on Clockwork. He managed to get a rocket under his feet, and Clockwork couldn't move.
Yeah, and right now we have a little bit of a scout 1v1 on the lunchbox stairs area. Tavik's get the better of that, and the Uber is up for the red team. They are down 2. Both teams down 2, actually. Bash is going to spawn up for the blue team, but it's not going to matter as Red have the Uber, and they're going to be able to push out the Europeans right now, although they are losing a whole lot of players. Shade refusing to pop the Uber, and right now he's got his soldier in the Z right now, who's very hurt. Lansky very hurt. Shade with the crossbow kill. Loses his soldier in the process, but he keeps his Uber and he gets a kill, so that's always good.
Yeah, at this point, of course, the Euros have lost mid. I'm of course waving my American flag and wrapping myself in it right now, hoping the Americans will win. And obviously, as we all know from being sports fans, the harder you fan, the more likely your team is to win.
Of course.
I'm glad we're in agreement. That's
yes.
Just, it's like obvious sports fact 101. We do have the Uber ready to go right now. Shrugger being very cautious about how he moves forward, maybe worried about sticky traps or something, or waiting for the rest of his team. I don't know exactly. Yeah, I guess waiting for the team, because Lansky just now caught up. I want to see this Uber move in. Maybe they don't realize that they have such an advantage over the Euros.
Yes, so sometimes Shade and the HRG combo, Lansky, they keep well enough track of the Uber advantages, and it looks like they're doing that here. They basically just gave, well, no, they did give the Europeans the Uber. So now we're going to have an Uber standoff right now. The blue Uber is forced to pop first, though, but only by about a second. Brago's going to kill Lansky, so the advantage right now in the Europeans' favor. 1 down for the red team. HRG Lansky went down, and we have a whole lot of good health for the Europeans on their second point, and now they're jumping in on a very hurt HRG team. It looks like they're going to clean them up here.
Well, it does look that way. Yes, Shrugger and Tag the only ones left. Now it's just Shrugger. He's got a bit of an overheal, but that is not going to last as he gets popped up into the air. Once again, these soldiers on the European team, despite the ping difference, are very, very good at hitting the feet with the rackets. Shoot the feet. That's what they say.
Yeah,
Quick heads up, guys. I went in and gave the teams a heads up. If you want to duck into their channels, we can listen in on their comms for a few minutes if you'd like.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I can stop talking for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's definitely take a listen to the Europeans first and then the Americans and see what it sounds like to be on a 6v6 competitive team.
Yeah. Go Z, go Z, go Z.
Go on, Z.
Get that soldier.
Nice.
Go
Yeah.
for left.
It's 5v5 from one of our shit.
We're getting
use-
close to him here, they don't know. Benny's
They
weak.
used. Need a little help here. Medic's right side.
Let's go back, James. Yeah.
I'm going back. Left.
I'm coming from top.
Come on, then left. Help me.
Nice cap.
Okay. Where's the med?
Right side. Oh fuck, I'm down. Solid died. That was really, really tech.
I'm gonna try and get him then.
Are you going in, Mikey?
Not yet.
Fuck.
Come top. Nice.
Nice.
They're in behind.
Spawn.
Yeah.
What's happening?
1v1.
Oh, we didn't spawn. Me and Brigo in the garage. We don't have top control either. We're getting rushed. Help.
Nice.
Right.
They know our
Spill the
position.
Spill the Uber, don't
Yeah, true down.
risk it.
Sticks left.
6 left. Sorry from top.
I'm dead.
Nobody will Washington.
Do you guys have HP?
Yeah.
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 Go for it, go for it.
Somebody call it
Medic
focus
side
charger.
side.
Sorry, stop. I'm going right side.
Medic's left side.
We have to go.
Close left.
Scout is on me
God,
right
that's
side.
close
I'm
up.
dead.
I'm
Everybody
weak.
that can go back. Go back.
No.
Yeah, exactly. We just need
I'm
sight.
out, big go. I'm in rumble.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah.
This is nice, man.
Tyrone.
Tyrone, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you, we did not get to hear the comms because they didn't move the casters this time around, sadly. But you guys got to hear it. I assume it was a fantastic time, and apparently, according to Stream Chat, Abrego has the world's greatest voice. So now I'm jealous.
Well, I think that was a strict stipulation other than you or me. So
Oh, that makes more
Right?
sense. Well, we're going to switch the American streamers in, I think, just a little bit, or maybe we're going to link the channel. But we're going to listen to their comms now as they're kind of on a roll. They've taken mid, and we'll see what that sounds like, hopefully, pretty soon here.
Way back, Shorty.
Scout and soldier in left.
Yeah.
Pressure
Rotate
flag.
left, rotate left. You get the
They're in Z.
Soldier in Z. He's out.
On
Trying to
Shorty.
pop.
He's there. Someone get up top. Someone get up top.
I'm trying.
Back up, guy.
I'm up top right now.
They Ubered out Z. You guys have to commit to up top.
Scouts hurt.
Trying to
Demo's
I'm
in
up top,
Z.
I'm
Scout Z. Demo's hits 80 in Z.
Scout
back to you.
100.
Demo's
Come
fucking
back.
raped in Z.
Got the scout.
Soldier took 70.
Med took.
He's 240 still.
Soldier on right. I missed.
Med's dead.
Soldier at Z. Tag's on point.
He's so good.
Where is he? Where is he?
Just run, just run, just run, Shade,
He's
just run.
59. He's like 50, 46.
That's not the same guy.
No, it's not. Oh! He's half.
Their mid just spawned.
Well, that was hilarious. listening to Clockwork give the gasp as soon as the Shade got that kill. He was just like, "Oh, this was the greatest." So that's kind of what these teams sound like. And I've actually been to a couple of LANs where I've gotten to sit behind them and listen to how they communicate to each other over their voice servers. It's very high level stuff typically.
yeah, I can tell you that from usually sitting in HRG's Mumble. Their comms when they're playing seriously are they're quick. They're to the point, and there's no extra BS, if you will, in there. So yeah.
Well, ladies and gents, we're about at $11,500 for this charity event so far, and there's still so much to go. The raffles and viewer events that you can put yourself in for if you donate, you can still get in on the ground floor there, potentially earning yourself a few TF2 items, or maybe just a good feeling that you helped a bunch of kids with cancer get to a camp, a summer camp. That is the charity you're going for. But what is the score right now? It's still 2-2 with 20 minutes left on the clock. A long time. With the Americans currently still in position to maybe win another round.
Yeah, in this last round, a little bit of a tug of war right now. Neither team can seem to establish a good enough footing to win the match, or win the round. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself here. As we do see Shrugger go down, and there are 2 down for HRG. But we do have right now the Euros pushing back out. So like I said, a tug of war. We did have the Euros back on one foot, but they are pushed out with the other, and they are retaking their second.
Why did you correct yourself saying other? It didn't sound different. To me.
I'm pretty sure. Well, in my head I heard Smacka saying it's other, not utter, and so I threw it in there.
Because Smacka's still listening, and he's still going to...
Well, he messaged me telling me that he was, once we had that grammar chat, that he was going to come in and be the grammar police, so...
Uh-oh. You don't want Smacker being your grammar police.
I know, I'm sweating here.
Alright, yeah. Make sure you keep that all nice and clean there for him, Bloodsire. Right now, the Americans backing up once again, despite the fact they do have an Uber. They could try to hold this, but maybe they're just not feeling like the positioning looks very good. I don't know what they're feeling like, because we're not listening to their comms right now.
Yeah, no, and yeah.
Apparently that was not enough of a hint. I don't know, whatever.
Yo, I'm busy, Sal. You gotta tell me these things.
That was Lang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kidding, man. No, we're going to keep casting. But right now, HRG, I mean, are they getting ready to push again, Bloodsire, or is this just kind of a... No, never mind. They lost Banny.
Yeah, you're not going to push without Banny. You might see that every now and then from HRG. But you're not going to see it often. You're not going to see it right now. You definitely want to have a... Like I said before, sometimes the player advantage is more important than the Uber advantage. And on a map like Greenery, where your Uber advantage can just turn into, okay, we popped, and now the rest of the enemy team is just running away and getting their Uber up, you definitely want to make sure you have the player advantage to go along with that Uber advantage. And since Benny was down, they are not pushing, but they did kill Mike, so this might be a good time to push if they knew that they still had the Uber advantage, but they aren't going to have it anymore as Bash goes down, but Admirable ticks his Uber up to 100%, so there goes that.
Yeah, with both teams having an Uber, we're just going to have another little bit of a miniature stalemate maybe until one team loses an important class. Or maybe we're going to have a team try and get sneaky. Who knows? Right now, the Euros are holding pretty far forward. I mean, they know they can do that because they can just pop the Uber and be like, hey, we're invincible now. But it does look very far forward. Mike, eating a rocket from Tag, and he is down for the count now. Is that going to be enough to push on?
Oh, no, we have Tavik right now in the back, killing both scouts, so he's 1v2ing Shrugger and Clockwork, gets the better of them. And now HRG had to back up and deal with him a little bit. He's still alive, trying to cause havoc behind in the backfield. He takes down another, so Tavik.
He's found Banny.
Going crazy.
He's found Banny. He's going to get the... Oh, can he get the kill on Banny? No. Not quite. Oh, my God.
Wow, so Banny staying alive by the skin of his teeth there, and putting an end to Tavik's almost quad kill, but a triple kill, nice triple kill from him, taking down both scouts and a roaming soldier, and it's going to allow his team to push up as HRG were dealing with the almost unstoppable Tavik there. And,
that's got to feel good.
Yeah. Uber advantage in favor of the Euros, obviously. HRG and company were just dealing with a scout and had all sorts of woes right now. We do see a Banny trap up above the right side, but it looks like Europeans are going to go all the way right. They're going to hang completely right. They're going to avoid that trap, come into the right yard. They're going to get a kill on Shrugger in the meantime. Mike's going to go down, but that's okay. They are pushing in to the second point, and they have popped Uber, trying to get onto Shade, who is backing up, trying to stay alive right now. He is at 12 HP and 60%. Finally, he gets cleaned up by Tavik, who's going huge, and the blue team have capped the second point, but they are being met with some red opposition, even though, well, Shade did not die. Excuse me, I thought Shade went down.
Yeah, no, Shade's good, man. He's almost got the Uber ready to go, and I'm sorry for dropping the ball there last, you said something, and then there was like a minute of silence, and then you had to start talking again.
I took a sip of my water, and I had to swallow it very quickly.
It happens, ladies and gentlemen. Awkward silence is the best. But this looks like Euros somehow did drop the ball there, and now the Americans, they've got a big advantage. They know they're invincible. It's like suddenly the carrier fleet has shown up in the Gulf, and they're just like, hey, guess what we got, guys? We're going to go ahead and, show the B-2 bombers to North Korea here. But, yeah, nice trap by Brego. He's just like, yeah, whatever, B-2 bombers, get out of here. It's going to be Lansky and Clockwork both down.
Yeah, we had a soldier that was Mike. He was trying to be cute up on the lamppost there. Didn't matter because his demo had a double kill and allowed his team to push out. We do see Clockwork and Lansky still dead. They are going to spawn up any second. They do spawn up. Red Uber is popped on middle, and here comes the blue Uber. Blue Uber a little bit better right now, and the blue positioning looks a little bit better too. We have blue soldiers all over the red box, and we have a ×5 on the point from the blue team. So I don't think the red team are going to try to come in, but the aggressive play from HRG that we've seen all night could make me be mistaken, but they lose all but 2 guys. That is Clockwork and Shade. They managed to stay alive, and they're going to have to hightail it out of there.
Yeah, so suddenly Euros may actually win this round. You've got Banny thinking about trying to stop this capture from happening right away, and he'll do a decent job with that for the stickies for a little while, but somebody's going to catch him there eventually. You would think. No, Admirable down, and it looks like Ips is at 3 health. He needs to get out of there.
Yeah, we have another regularly powered kill onto Banny. Shrugger's going to kill Mike, though. And now we have a 1v1. That was the soldier with the stick. He goes down to Shrugger, who is running around in the closet right now. Spots a scout. Now it's a scout. Well, it's a 2v1, and he's joined by a soldier tag run. That scout's going to have to hightail out of there. Actually, he dies, so he's back in the spawn queue. And now we have the fan scout fanning around on middle. Shrugger didn't seem like he picked up where he was. So that scout now is sitting on the left side of middle on the lamppost, waiting to gank the next player to come through.
Dude, that fan has been so hilarious to watch this game. I cannot get over how awesome Bash is with that. But he is down for the count right now. He's the only man dead on the field, so the Americans have a player advantage. And will they push off of this? I don't know. Tag wants to get in, though. He certainly is going to take the push. There goes Admirable once again.
And look at what a nice sticky from Brago taking down Tagline. There's another on to Lansky, saving the middle point for his team right now. Possibly even the round. I see 3 down 4. Oh, well, look at this. I spoke a little too soon, as HRG are quite good too, and they've killed a bunch of their own. Only TotH left alive. He's on Sniper. Where is he? Okay, he is at the ramp room for the blue team. Looks like he's going to try to climb, get a nice shot onto Shade here, so I'm watching. Look at this sticky from Banny. How does he know? How does Banny know he puts his sticky there just in case? But here's the shot onto Shade. Doesn't get it off right now, and now he's got to fight a demo. So.
All right, well, let's, you know what? Lang is offering some more team comms, so you may want to just get a little bit of linkage here for the American team again, as it looks like they are ready to pop an Uber.
They're far back right guard. We can take right guard.
Yeah, just
What? Going right.
Okay.
Oh, my left. I'm a tag.
There's Sticky's sugar on the tank. He dead. Are you guys going?
Clock.
Shades on
Pressure
left.
point.
They're on right.
I'm pushing point right now.
Scott. Oh, Scott was on
Fifth
4.
left.
I'm trying to pressure bottom left.
Fifth left, Benny.
See how bottom left took 50? He took 100.
I'm with you.
Soldiers on
I got
Going in
box.
last.
I can go in on
Going
that. Sniper left.
Sniper
You
left.
need to
We can ignore.
on this
They're
demo.
top.
Top.
Top left. I'm fighting the guy. Go He back went to up front, top. yeah. He went up top.
I'm out.
He went in lunchbox still. I'm chasing. Oh, no, he hit me with the rocket.
Sounds like that push didn't work out for the
Go.
Americans
Yeah.
this time around. And they are now retreating. But that's what happens. You know, sometimes you just sound a little bit disappointed, Bloodsire.
Yep, and like I said, you can tell just by the way that the HRG are making their comms that they're not coming anything that's not directly important. Everything that they are saying is immediately applicable to the game. Everything that they're saying has its uses, and they're not cluttering up the mics. And that's a big difference between players at a higher level and players at a lower level. Players at a lower level tend to clutter the mics, and it's hard for the flank and the players not playing directly with the callers to understand what's going on. So for all you new teams out there, for anybody taking an interest in the newbie mixes and things like that, try to keep the comms to a minimum and only comm what's important.
Yeah. Definitely. Of course, if you're not calming anything, you may not be very useful to your team.
Well,
You gotta
that's
let them know when, you know, like, oh, there's a sniper. That would be an important thing to say. And there is a sniper. It's TotH right now. He's looking for the shot on Shade. Didn't manage to get it. I think we're probably going to see an Uber coming fairly soon, but Lansky's eating maybe a rocket or maybe another sniper body shot. So I don't know how they feel about pushing in right now.
And also to that last point, to say, oh, there's a sniper there, bad call. Sniper left, good call. So you can get a lot more done with 2 words than you can sometimes with more words that are not descriptive. So
That's true.
yeah. So we do see both teams are sitting with 100% Uber, and we do have a sniper for the red team. So that's Clockwork.
Clockwork
very good
versus
sniper.
TotH. Yeah, both of them sniping. And yes, Clockwork is an excellent sniper. His aim is almost impeccable.
Here we go. Here they see each other, and Clockwork gets the better of it. We did see TotH fired first, though, so Clockwork had a little bit of advantage in that department, as he had a defenseless sniper. TotH taking the first shot, but that's going to open up the gates for the teams to get working here. Tagron's going to take down Brago, and looks like Lansky's going to kill a guy himself too.
Is Brago just like a larger version of Lego? I have to assume that because he's European. You know, Lego's like Swedish, right? Is that what they are? Danish, something like that? I'm pretty sure it's one of those. So, yeah, we'll give you Europeans credit for some stuff. You know, you may have invented Lego, but we invented freedom here in America. We're here to show it. It is 3-2 right now. The Americans are winning.
Also the Eggo Waffle. I think that's us too. So.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it definitely is us. And that's almost more important than freedom, in my opinion.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned it. Taking a look at the mid-fight, mid number 6 right now. We have Banny electing to go on the ramp room, and the rest of his team actually comes out ramp room too. Shade has delayed a little bit by the sticky, but he's okay. He's jumping up on the red box right now. It's a very interesting play from HRG, and they have the high ground and they have the frags, as only TotH and Brago are left alive. Shade surfing out of there. He surfed all the way back to his ramp room, and only TotH left alive now.
We said, man, we said Shade was good at surfing, and we were not lying.
No, we weren't, and that's going to allow HRG to cap the point, and they have 100% Uber. Admirable went down. Shade did not. In fact, I don't believe anybody died on the HRG team. I could be mistaken there, but 6 up right now for HRG and the Uber advantage, and times 5 on the point. And it looks like they're going with that Uber up top. They're going to try to catch the non-Uber Euros right now. Here comes the Soldier Bomb with the red and shiny Uber. Uber's going to get chained to the Scout. Lancey's going to kill Ips. Vrago takes down Shrugger, but Lansky's going to kill Bash. And now the medic for the blue team trying to get that Uber Sword out, trying to do something. Nobody can kill him. I think they're just toying with him right now as we have a Soldier that is Tag and Banny, the demo, capping the point. And 4-2 now in the Americans' favor.
Well, and remember last map, there was like 6 minutes left, and the Europeans actually almost came back, or something like that.
Right.
Well, there's 8 minutes left, and the Europeans still have time to come back. It is 4-2, so they need to make 2 points just to tie it up. Apparently, Star is sending viewers right on back over to this stream. Those of you who abandoned us because Star wasn't here, well, I'm very ashamed of you. But no, it does mean that Star may be coming back on pretty soon. I don't know what the next event is, but I do know that all the raffles are still open. So if you make a donation, you will be entered into a raffle as long as you put the comment to be what you want it to be. So there's raffles for hats. There's raffles for wonderful stuff. You can play as some of the viewer events on stream. Just depends on what you want to join in on. Right now, this last mid-fight here, potentially the last mid-fight. If the Americans win this round, then it goes to 5-2, and that's it. They play to 5. This could very well be the last one. If the Americans have won it, they are on the warpath.
They certainly are. The train is coming through. We have a ×6 on the point and Uber right now. They're gonna about to Uber onto the last point right now. Of course, Admirable, who did die, does not have Uber. We have a sniper, a last-ditch effort for the blue team, the blue Euros. But the red Uber is popped, and Clockwork's gonna kill Ips. Here comes a Soldier trying to take down Mike. He does. The rest of the blue team trying to mount some sort of a defense. Tveek's gonna take down Benny. Clockwork's gonna kill Admirable, and it looks very dismal for the blue team right now, and they're wiped, Sal. There it is.
That's it. That's the game. America, the beautiful. And yes, we've got MGE coming up next. Somebody says that's with Star and Bloodsire. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for Star, then you are going to have a good time. Star is a fairly good soldier, and so I don't know how much MGE he plays, but I have seen him do some really amazing jumps with the Market Gardener, so he clearly knows his stuff. He's got good aim. It'll be a fun time. And I'm really excited to see some of that. I will not be able to see the rest because I have to leave. I'll be back tomorrow. Bloodsire, I know you're going to be here like all day tonight.
Well, I will be here, I think until 6 p.m., but I will be here mostly tomorrow.
Nice. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, do stay tuned. We've got lots and lots of stuff coming up. Somebody in the stream chat, I'm sure, is going to link the schedule like a billion times, which is pretty cool. But thank you once again for watching this 6v6 North America versus EU show match. It's all for the charity. So, guys, thanks again. I'm going to be back tomorrow for some wonderful fun times. Ulti Duo, maybe 6-6. I don't remember exactly what I'm scheduled for, but it's on there. And Bloodside, last words before we swap out to the next event.
Well, that was a pleasure casting with you, Sal. I don't think I've ever done it before. Thanks for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you again and do it all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, donate, guys.